Hi, welcome back to another Terranscapes videos, a cocktails and comments video. Tonight's cocktail is a Perfect Manhattan. Perfect Manhattan is half an ounce of sweet vermouth, half an ounce of dry vermouth, 2 ounces of bourbon, stirred, and then strained into a cocktail glass, garnished with a maraschino cherry. A normal Manhattan is just straight sweet vermouth, and a dry Manhattan is just dry vermouth. And I thought the regular Manhattan sounded a little too sweet, so I thought this would be a nice compromise. It's the perfect Manhattan after all. Well, that's not bad. That's not bad. The vermouths, can I pluralize that? Help. I think it does feel more balanced. Woo. I think it might be a little too sweet if it was just sweet vermouth, but that's just for me. Depends on your personal palate. But it's nice. The bourbon really comes through still, considering, you know, straight bourbon would be a little strong. So, although I am a fan of straight bourbon. Anyway, so the perfect martini, it's because it's in a martini glass. The Perfect Manhattan. I would recommend it. Viewer comments. Miguel, BR Scale Models and Dioramas asks, and I'm interpreting this question just a little bit, but I think I've got it. What influences the figures and the vehicle for the diorama? And are the figures or the diorama the main influence on the piece, I believe? I think the main influence for the piece is the fact that I wanted a horror element. So the diorama is driving it, but the vehicle has a significant role. So I think it's almost like a 50-50 between the two of them. The miniatures are really playing a very secondary role, and I don't, see miniatures available that are exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm not really worried about what they are as long as they're workable, like they have free arms maybe, so I don't have to cut arms away from the body. So it's really the diorama setting is Lovecraftian, and I was drawn to that because I like Lovecraft. And the vehicle was chosen partly because steampunk is kind of a popular genre. And I thought combining these two might appeal to a lot of people. So that was definitely foundational for how the project started. William Dickman had a comment that he was saying that looking at the overhead of the diorama, he thought too many straight lines. He thought a curve in the road, at least, would add more visual interest, a sweeping curve. And right away, I was like, ugh, of course he's right. So thank you, William, for pointing it out. Sometimes a project, it's too much for me to see all at once. And maybe this would have come to my eye a little bit later, but maybe not. And it actually would solve a few issues that I am having, which I won't get into right now. There are some space issues on how much of a curve I can bring into it, but eliminating the front section of water helps a lot in that. So I think you should expect to see some modifications on that road layout coming up pretty soon. Maybe not real soon, because I'm going to make a note of it, put it on the paper, and then just stay working on the carriage for a little bit. Caspian Clayson, I hope I pronounced that right, he asks, why are only Citadel paints in the hobby stores? I think it might be the hobby stores you're going to. And hobby stores vary a lot, but certainly if you're going to a Games Workshop store, that is all the paints you're going to find. If you go to a railroad hobby store, you tend to find testers paints. It's been a while since I've been in there, but they tend to have more enamel paints. And if you go to your FLG, your friendly local gaming store, FLGS, I think you should expect to see P3 paints as well, privateer press paints, and some Reaper paints. I'd be a little surprised if they just have Citadel if they're not a Games Workshop store. And don't forget, you can always ask your local gaming store to see if maybe they'd be willing to carry another product line. That may or may not be easy for them because sometimes they're working on a very tight budget and they have very limited shelf space. So if that's the case with your FLGS, it may be they just don't have enough space to stock, and that's the most popular product line, you know, in the paint world. If you hear a lot of background talking, my wife is having people over tonight for playing cards, so, you know, I'll work around it. But again, if it's not GW, ask them if it's space on their shelves, and that may be the real reason. Warhammer Workshop comments that it's good for a channel to try for a video a week at least, and he was saying that it helps the viewers, it helps me, and it helps the channel, and I certainly agree with that, and that has been part of my motivation to commit to a Tuesday video and now a Friday video this week, every other week, we'll see, to make sure that that regularity is there. And I'm going to continue to try, I was going for a little while, to have them up early in the day rather than right at the end of the day they're supposed to be uploaded. And this Friday's video will be going up at midnight probably, which is good timing for cocktails, but bad timing for the channel. So, all right, and I think that's it for comments. So I just want to thank everybody for submitting them. And always, you know, leave questions and comments down below. Sometimes they're ones I can answer real quick. Sometimes I can answer quickly, better grammar. And sometimes they're perfect for a questions and comments. So for everybody who's been leaving comments, thank you so much. Part of this venue here rides on your support and interaction, and I really appreciate it all the time. When I go through the comments, it's a real pleasure for me. So thank you all. If you want to support the channel, of course, there's Patreon that you can become a member of and pledge your support monthly. It's a $1 a month minimum. That's not much. Support program, and there's extra content there. And then if you want to make a one-time donation, there's a PayPal me link down below. I know some people prefer that. I'm on Instagram putting up, now I'm averaging 1 to 2 posts a week, which is pretty good. It's probably varying on how intense my work is going over at the bench. And the next Tuesday's video is going to be a product review. I won't tell you what, but it's a bit of a treat for me, and breaks up the pace just a little bit and gives me time to get a little more work done on the carriage. I've been working on the wheels. Getting a circle out of styrene, it's not that easy. I'm close though. I think I have a system. We'll see. So I hope you will come back to see Tuesday's video and mystery product review, because you know I will be back soon with another Terranscapes video.